Welcome all to Newton's Laws of Motion class 6, in which we'll discuss about different type of forces that we are using in this topic, Newton's Laws of Motion. So the first force is nothing but weight, which is nothing but the force exerted by the gravity on an object. So if you are just considering an object on the surface of Earth or near to the surface of Earth, so gravity will exert a force which is not nothing but the weight acting on the object, which is represented by mg, and the direction of gravitational force is always acting towards the center of Earth. So if you are just considering Earth as a spherical object, so if you are keeping an object near to the surface of Earth, so this gravitational force is acting in towards the center of Earth. But when we are on the surface of Earth, we feel that this force is acting perpendicular to the surface and downward. So we'll take its magnitude as something but mg, where the value of g will take it as something but 9.8 meter per second square, or for the calculation purpose we can take it as 10 meter per second square, and the direction will take it as always in vertically downward direction, and it is represented by capital letter W. Now we'll discuss about the next force, which is nothing but tension. Tension is nothing but the restoring force developed inside a string. So over here, if you are just considering a string over here and assume that we are exerting a force of 10 Newton towards right and another force of 10 Newton towards left. So we can say that the net force acting on this string is 0. It becomes tight, and the string will exert a force of 10 Newton along this direction and 10 Newton along this direction. So this force is not nothing but a tension. Now if you are observing the direction of tension, always we'll draw two directions for this tension, and this tension force is always acting away from the point where it is attached. So this will be the direction of tension. I can take another example for it. Assume that we are exerting a force of 20 Newton towards right and 10 Newton towards left. So over here you can observe that it will move because of net acceleration or net force of 10 Newton towards right, and 10 Newton is converted in the form of tension. So we can write over here the tension developed in this string will be equal to nothing but 10. We can take another example. Suppose if there is a force of 20 Newton which is acting towards right, and there is a force of 5 Newton acting towards left. So the resultant force is nothing but 15, because of which it is accelerating, and the remaining 5 Newton force will converted in the form of tension. So over here tension will be equal to 5. So always just remember that whatever may be the value of minimum force acting on one end, that will be the value of tension. So if you are taking another example, suppose if you are having a string something like this, and we are exerting a 10 Newton force over here, and we are not exerting any force on the other side. So the entire 10 Newton force is used for acceleration, and tension developed in this string will be equal to 0. Or if you are considering a situation something like this, let's say one end of the string is attached over here, and we are exerting a force of 10 Newton. In this situation, the tension acting on the string is not equal to 0, because where the string is attached, this point is going to exert a force of 10 Newton. So it is similar to a situation that where we are having a string, a 10 Newton force is acting towards right and a 10 Newton force is acting towards left. So the net acceleration is 0 or net force is 0. So the entire 10 Newton is converted in the form of tension. So this one is a way we are calculating the value of tension. So tension is a restoring force developed inside the material, and the direction of tension is always away from the point where the strings are attached. Next one we'll discuss about this normal, reaction and friction. So over here, if you are just considering a surface in which the force is acting, let's say we are exerting an action force along this direction. So this is represented by Fa, which is nothing but action force. So we know that for every action, according to third law, for every action there will be an equal and opposite reaction. So the reaction force exerted by the surface will be exactly opposite to this action force, and we can just assume that this reaction force is making some angle with respect to the vertical, which we call it as nothing but a normal or perpendicular to the surface. Let's say that angle is equal to theta. So we can resolve this force, the reaction force, into two components. One component of reaction force which is perpendicular to the surface, that we can write as something but Fr cos theta, and which is known as nothing but normal reaction represented by capital letter N. So normal means perpendicular because it is acting perpendicular to the surfaces in contact, and it is nothing but the reaction component of reaction force. That's why we are calling it as normal reaction. So normal reaction is nothing but the perpendicular component of reaction force. Like that, we can find out what about the parallel component of reaction force. That we can write this is Fr sine theta. So this parallel component of reaction force is known as nothing but a friction. In general, we'll represent it by F. So normal reaction is the perpendicular component of reaction force, and frictional force is nothing but the parallel component of reaction force. So these are the four forces that we are using in this chapter, that is weight, tension, normal reaction, and friction. Under a separate topic, friction, we'll discuss in detail about this friction. Now just remember that it is the parallel component of reaction force. Hope so that you understood whatever the things we discussed in this class. If you are having any doubt, please contact. Thank you.